Hey everyone! I've got a really exciting announcement if you haven't heard. BOGOs are coming! So exciting because when we have BOGO week, we see volume skyrocket. And so if you want to have an amazing February, you need to get in on this, do a little promoting. It will pay off big time. You can hit big goals this month if you really work it and you take advantage of the awesome free oils and free products that doTERRA is going to be announcing. So I don't know what they will be. We always find out the morning of. It's a big mystery, so we have to kind of be on our game and we have to be ready to get the word out as soon as we find out, because we have one day for each BOGO to get them sold and get people excited to order them and kind of maximize the potential there. So today I wanted to talk to you about how to maximize BOGOs. But for those of you who are participating in our team-wide essential oil study and you have people that you're reaching out to share oils with participating in that study through the 24th, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, how do I do this? I feel so overwhelmed. How do I keep following up and working with my study participants when now there's BOGOs? Do I tell them about the BOGOs? Should I try to enroll them now? Should I get them to buy BOGOs? Should I not? Should I have them wait and enroll at the end? I don't know how to do this. This is going to be confusing and overwhelming because I have a lot of people to keep track of and follow up with, and now I don't even know if I can handle doing BOGOs. I'm here to help. Okay, I have some tips, some guidelines, and a plan for you to follow, and I'm here to tell you you can absolutely execute a successful BOGO week and the essential oil study simultaneously with a little thought and a little planning, and you will be really glad that you did it. Okay, so I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. I'm going to tell you the steps and I'm going to give you some tips. So the very first thing is to time block every day this week. And you don't time block your day when you're in the day. You need to sit down and map it out now before BOGO week starts so that you know exactly when you're doing what during the day. So take a look at your schedule and figure out, okay, when do I have 30 minutes or 60 minutes to do some follow-up, to do some contacting, to work on some promoting? When do I have that during my day? Now, the BOGO is really important that you get your communication out and your promotions out in the morning, in the AM, because you only have that day to actually sell BOGOs. And so you don't want to be hitting people up right before bedtime. You want them to know so they have all day to think about it and get back to you if they want to buy something or log into their account and order. So the BOGOs will be announced at, I believe it's midnight Mountain Standard Time. So I'm out on the Pacific Coast, so that's 11 p.m. my time. So I'm usually up and I see that, and I get it, and I get my announcements up on our team page right here on the Freedom Tree as soon as I see them, because I know a lot of you are on the East Coast. By the time you might get up and get ready for work at 5:30 or 6 in the morning, and for me that's the middle of the night, and then by the time I get up and I announce it, you're already mid-morning, right? Or late morning. So I try to get those up at night so that they're there for all of you early risers in the morning. You should be able to see them. You can always go to the doTERRA Essential Oil page as well. They get them announced there. And I'll have graphics for you that you can use. Just, save them to your phone. You can upload them easily and get them sent out to people to let them know what the BOGOs are. So plan your BOGO communication time block in the morning. It doesn't have to take long. You can do it before you're up and off to work or getting your kids ready for school with some good, time blocked out to say, okay, I need to take 15, 20 minutes to do this each morning. It's going to really pay off. Then you're going to have to block out some time each day to do your study follow-up. Now, thankfully, while they're in the study, it's not that much hard work. It's checking on the group, looking for things that your participants are commenting, saying, maybe responding, but it's mostly just checking in with them, and you don't have to do that every day. Every few days, you're checking in, you're seeing how they're doing, you're answering questions. The real work is going to come in the follow-up and the closing, which happens the 24th, the 25th, kind of in that window there. Even the 26th, those last days, BOGOs will be done by then. So this is going to really time out well so that the slow part of the study is happening during the heavy part of BOGOs, and then we can move into closing on the study. So you can do your follow-up and your check-in on the Facebook group for the study anytime during the day, but BOGOs I think are more important to do early in the morning. So just map it out. Just decide what time of day are you going to do those things. All right, so let's go back to BOGOs and let's talk about strategy. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to plan your communication so that you don't have to think about it in the moment. You have your plan. You're going to be able to do it consistently every day with the same format. It's just a matter of putting in the new graphic and getting it sent out. So there's some different ways to do this, and you just need to decide what you're doing. Are you going to be communicating to your people through email? Are you going to be sending it out through text message? Are you going to be using Messenger? Is it going to be a combination of the two? Are you going to create a Facebook group for people that you want to know about the BOGOs, that you're going to be educating about the BOGO products each day? Or do you have another platform? There's a lot of great technology platforms out there that can help us with communication. So just decide what you're doing and have a plan. Then you need to get opt-in from people, okay? So I think it's really good and perfectly acceptable and smart to kind of blast it out to people with the first BOGO and the announcement that it's BOGO week. But I like to pair that with a question to ask people, would you like to know what the daily special is each day during BOGOs? Oh, and if they say yes, okay, great, I've got you on my list, then they're expecting that text message, or they're expecting to be added to that group, or they're expecting to be watching for whatever communication you're sending out, and they're welcoming it. What you don't want to do is just blast people, every day during the week with promos. If they're not responsive or saying I want to know, then they just feel like you are just you're soliciting them like crazy. So ask for that opt-in on day one. Let them know it's okay to put that out there the first time, but then ask. It's seen as polite, and they'll respect you a lot more for it. Then you're going to get your contacts lined up in whatever way. What do you need to have it all on a spreadsheet so that you can see? Do you need to have an email list, have your emails saved? Do you want to have the phone numbers for texting? Do you have them saved in your phone? Do you have them, I would have some sort of a list, something so that you can make sure that you're catching everybody that you want to, and you don't have to sit and think, who else do I need to tell? You want it to be a really systematic thing. Okay, and watch for those graphics and utilize the tools that I share with you, because there's some really, really great things. You don't have to sit and design your own promotion. We're going to have that. It's going to be all there right for you. You just grab it, save it, send it, okay? All right, so who do you promote BOGOs to? Well, there's generally two groups of people that you're going to be promoting BOGOs to. One is your currently enrolled customers, the people on your downline. This is your wellness advocates and your customers that are already enrolled. You just need to make sure they're paying attention and that they know what the BOGO is. Maybe you want to give them a little bit of tips or education or usage information about those so that they know, oh, I do maybe want to try that product, especially with customers. Maybe they're not always paying attention to what doTERRA is announcing. And the second group is people that are not enrolled yet, that you want to kind of throw out a teaser, get them interested in the product, so that you can actually get them enrolled. Those are your two groups of people. So if you're talking about new customers, new contacts who are not enrolled yet, how are you going to sell them the BOGOs? Well, they get two choices. You can sell it to them retail, or they can enroll and they can get it for wholesale. So it can be used as an incentive for enrolling. And I really am a big fan of that. It's really fun to get people who maybe haven't taken the plunge to get their account set up, especially people you've shared with before and they just haven't got off the fence to buy. This can be something that causes them to go, ooh, I do like that BOGO of today. Today would be a great day to enroll, and you can get them enrolled. So should you offer unenrolled people your wholesale price? No, I do not think it's a good strategy. Here's doTERRA's policy on that. They do not have a policy saying you cannot. So, if you want to sell some at your discount to your mom, you are not breaching a policy by doing that. However, they do have a policy where they ask us not to post our wholesale prices to non-enrolled members on public social media. You can't publicly offer that because it undermines other wellness advocates. But aside from that, it's not a smart business move anyway, because you end up with people that never enroll because they know that they can always get the discount from you for free during BOGO weeks. So I don't encourage that, and I'm definitely going to ask you to follow doTERRA's policy and don't post that you'll give people your wholesale discount for BOGO week if they don't have their own account. Do not do that. And if I see that going on social media, I'm going to message you about it to take it down, because this happens every BOGO week, and then it really hurts other team members, and it's not fair to them because they're trying to sell them a kit or an enrollment order, and then they see someone else post, well, I can just get it for wholesale through them, and they might not even really have been working with them, but they just go, oh, well, that'll save me $35 or whatever. It's not fair. So have integrity in that and don't be doing that. Okay, so what have we not covered? Okay, let's move into our study participants, because here's the big question, right? Do we promote BOGOs to the study participants? My advice is no, and here's why. I mean, we love BOGOs, right? We want everybody to know about the BOGOs, but our study participants are different. We have them actively involved in an experience that is very strategically laid out step by step that will lead them to wanting to enroll. It's very strategic. There's psychology involved. There's a progression of letting them experience the product, see all that social proof and the testimonials, learn about the oils, and at the end they're going to start hearing about how to get the oils, and then you're going to come around at the end and explain enrolling to them, offering them great deals on kits, and a really great incentive to enroll. Remember, that's the strategy. So if all of a sudden you start talking to them about buying BOGOs in the middle of that, it changes the whole landscape of the process of the study, because now you're not talking to them about the study and their experience and their feedback. You're all of a sudden interested in having them buy something in the middle of that process instead of at the end of the process when it really fits with what we've been talking about. It causes confusion, and it causes them to feel like, I just started this study and you're trying to sell me something, and that's not really, their mindset isn't there yet. For the most part, a lot of them are not there yet, and it's going to kind of sabotage your efforts. Remember, a confused mind doesn't buy. When people are in overwhelm or they feel mentally confused about something, they just back off. And if they're like, I got into this study and now there's all this buy one, get one free, and I think that my person actually wants me to buy something, and I thought I was just supposed to be trying these, they get confused, and you're going to lose sales, all right? So does that mean you can't post it or talk about it openly on social media? No, that's fine. If you have a study participant that sees that you posted something about a BOGO and they initiate saying to you, hey, I'm really interested in that, can I get that? Then you may want to walk them right through how to purchase and how to enroll right then. Follow their lead. If they're approaching you, then they're not feeling overwhelmed and confused, and it might be appropriate to do that. But if you go blasting it to all of them, I guarantee there will be people that feel overwhelmed, confused, they don't understand why that's happening. It's going to mess up the process. So if you have a Facebook group for BOGO promotions, I would not put your study participants in it, because now all of a sudden they're like, I'm trying to navigate this overwhelming, large, lots of commenting, lots of posts and study group, and trying to figure out how to use my products, and all of a sudden I got thrown into this like purchasing group, and is that part of the study? Like, it's just confusing to them. So don't do that. Don't do that. There are plenty of people that you can promote BOGOs to and customers to promote that to, that it's going to be an advantage to your business, but stay on track with the study as planned, because you don't want to thwart the really great thing that you have going there. Does that make sense? They will be able to get in on future BOGO weeks once they're enrolled, and it's going to be great. We want to just keep it simple for them and focus on the study and enrolling. However, BOGO week can be a great time for you to get some free products in your arsenal, and you can use those to invest into your business. You may even want to depending on what they offer, it might give you some more things that you can use for your thank you gifts that you do at the end of your study. Maybe an oil that you can use to make your DIY products if you're going to do that for a thank you gift. So there's creative ways to use that. Okay, I think that we covered, I do want to speak into one other thing. With BOGOs, doTERRA has some really strict policies that you need to be aware of about how to order on other people's accounts, because I know sometimes, let's say you're trying to hit silver and you want the volume to be under your legs that you're trying to get to elite, and so maybe you don't want to order your BOGOs on your own account. You want to order them through one of your builder's accounts or someone's account down there. You can do that, but please be aware that there are limits to that, and it depends on what rank you are. So work with your upline, silver or above. They'll be able to tell you, and this doesn't apply to anyone until you are silver or above, but if you're working towards the rank of silver, be aware you can't be placing personal orders over the limit of 150 PV for the rank of silver, and then it increases from there, okay? So make sure you're aware of that. We don't want you to get to lose your rank because they see, oh, you did a bunch of buying in under someone else that was way over what's typically allowed. So you have to keep it on your own account unless you're within that limit and you have permission from the person that you're ordering under. Now, what about collecting orders from other people and grouping them on an account? You can do that from, if it's someone that's not enrolled, you could do that. I still think you should charge them retail unless they're going to enroll. You can do it with downline members as long as it all stays within the same leg. Does that make sense? So you might say, okay, well, my sister is on my front line and my mom is under her, and we're just going to group those together on an order on my mom's account. That can be done. It's not pulling volume from anybody else's leg, okay? But if you say, well, my sister is on my front line, and then I have Janet on my front line, and I have Betty under Janet. Betty wants to order a BOGO, but she doesn't really want to pay shipping. So we said, well, you could just order on my sister's order. We'll group it together and put it over here. You just stole volume from Janet's organization, and doTERRA will not let that fly. Okay, if they will kind of check, like, oh, somebody that has an account ran their order over here, it stole volume from their upline. So don't move volume from leg to leg. That's really, really important. Now, let's say you buy BOGOs, you buy extra, and you sell them offhand. Like, let's say you said, I'm going to buy my max amount of BOGOs, and I'm going to do it on my sister's account, so that volume goes into that elite leg. And I just bought the limit of them, and now I have people that came along later that I'm going to sell them. Like, I'm going to retail sell them to them. Can you do that? You can. But if you bought all of those, and let's say you went over your limit and you hit silver and you're over 150, then you're going to need to prove to doTERRA if they come and ask you, which they do. They have a department that checks this. It's no big deal. You just need to keep proof and then email it to them, and they'll say, okay, that's great. You just need to have proof of reimbursement. So if someone buys it offhand from you, you can say, yeah, I sold this product, this product, this product to these people, and here's the PayPal transaction, or here's the check, picture of the check, or I wrote them an invoice. Have that on file, and then it won't count against that limit. Does that make sense? Please, please work with your upline leader, silver or above leader, if you have questions about this, but I want to make sure to say it so there's no surprises. If someone said, I ordered all my BOGOs down under someone and I hit silver, and then doTERRA says, yeah, you kind of went over the limit on that, and so you're not going to actually have your silver rank. We want to make sure that does not happen to you. That's just something important for BOGO week. Okay, it's going to be an awesome, awesome week. Get your plan made. Share it with your upline so they know what you're doing. Make sure that you know from your downline what they're doing. You do not want to blast their downline customers with BOGO promotions if they're already keeping them informed. But if you have someone disengaged that they're not going to do that, then yeah, adopt those people and reach out to them. But communicate so you know that people aren't going to get hit by multiple uplines with promotions. We don't want to annoy people. Get your plan set, communicate it with your team, and plan to have an awesome week and have explosive volume in February with big enrollments from the study at the end and lots of increase from BOGO. I know you can do it. We're gonna be a team that rocks this out. We are going to have a killer month, and I am so excited to have the energy going on this team that you all have and to be partnered with you, because it is fun. It's really fun to do it when you know people are taking action to utilize these awesome opportunities that come along, because we can make this a really amazing month. Second month of the year, it's going to be really big. So I'm excited. Let's do this. Let's do a great BOGO week. Thanks, everyone.